Hi guys, good morning. It's Trisha. I'm having an healthy high octane breakfast. Sweet potato, beef burger, carrot, rice, coconut milk. This is power. Full of vitamin and mineral. But what we want to discuss in the Influencer Podcast today, second episode, three economic crises that reshaped UK businesses. So, if you are running a business today, such as us at Girl Fridays, well, maybe the three crises has affected your business or reshaped it to be stronger, or you give up because you could not find a way. Over the last decade, UK businesses have faced one of the most difficult trading environment in modern industry, such as us. Over 4 years, sorry, we had a little issue again, but this time was with the phone. So bear with us. Technology is not all that. So I was saying, such as us, over 4 years and a half of business setback brought on by the three economic crises that reshaped UK business. Many companies have survived not one economic crisis, but three. Each crisis brought different challenges, yet together they created the perfect storm for business across the country. Today, we're looking at three major economic shocks that transformed the UK economy. 1. Brexit. 2. COVID-19. 3. The cost of living. More importantly, we'll examine how these events continue to affect UK business today. So bear with us. quick commercial break. Hi guys, if you enjoy today's episode, please like, subscribe, and turn on notification. Every subscription helps us create more practical business marketing and leadership content for UK businesses. Thank you for being part of Girl Friday community. So, the first crisis, if you remember, is Brexit. Started in 2016 onward. It was a knee-jerk decision brought on by the Prime Minister Cameron when he seen that the backbenchers were pressuring him and sent out a vote to the nation. And it resulted in 50-51, then Brexit happened. The first major economic shock began in June 2016 when the United Kingdom voted to leave the European Union. That had a ripple effect on other European Union countries and brought on over time major change to businesses and the country as a whole. Even though now we see still its effect because we have 7 prime ministers so far in the UK. So much change of leadership. That's a direct result of the economic crisis created by the UK. Basically, they shot themselves in the foot. That's what they did. Regardless of political opinion, Brexit introduced a period of prolonged uncertainty for businesses. Many firms For many firms, this meant delaying investment, reconsidering expansion plan, and preparing for new trading arrangement. We all done it, including Girl Friday. We suffered since Brexit, really more than coming up to 5 years setback, which is ridiculous. But we carry on updating Girl Friday. Now we are an industry leader empire. So the crisis were in a way beneficial to us to update Girl Friday and the entire marketing industry as a whole. But it is not the case for many people. When the UK formally left the EU single market in 2021, businesses faced new custom procedure, additional paperwork, border delay, increased import and export costs, labor shortage in several industries. Many manufacturers, wholesalers, retailers, and food businesses experienced higher operating costs as supply chain became more complex. some international businesses reduce UK investment, while others reluctantly part of their operation to maintain easier access to Europe market. That's a shift will suddenly happen because of a knee-jerk decision. Research from economists and public institutions has found that Brexit has reduced trade, I shall say, instantly. Business investment and productivity compare with estimated data on how the economy might otherwise have evolved altogether. The precise scale remains debated and unknown, to be honest, because the ripple effect can be felt like snowflake. You put one drop, and before you know it, the snow engulfs you. Moving on to crisis 2. Do you know which one is it? A lot of people died, and it was a pandemic. So, just after Brexit, talking about unlucky, COVID-19 arrived in 2020, meaning that us at Girl Friday, the same time COVID-19 arrived, we had a full bug infection. Talking about unlucky. And still trying to run Girl Friday. In parallel, basically. While people were dying of COVID, what a comparison, to be honest, I was battling a bug infection who nearly killed me with cellulitis. And I even said when I was sleeping that if I wake up the next day, I will fight this one, which I did. And for 4 months, I battled bug inside my body, but I come out with 2 beautiful books, The Bathroom Fight, A Bug Story, and the sequel arrived in The Cost of Living. But it's never near and there. My bug infection finished the 22nd of December 2020 and lasted 4 months. Just as businesses were adapting to Brexit, the world changed. COVID-19 brought much of the economy to a standstill. High Street became empty. Do you remember that? So much shortage. People were fighting at the shelf for food. Restaurants closed. Travel stopped. Events were cancelled. Millions work from home. But this brought a new employment way to work. More people work from home now than in office. This was forced upon us, but change happened. Although government support scheme help many businesses survive, countless others struggle with cash flow. We didn't get help. The only person who gave us help during COVID-19 was Facebook, because I had to send them our business plan, and they were so impressed that they help us continue with Girl Friday, with money for supporting our growth and add credit. That was what Facebook offered. But other businesses were not that lucky. They developed cash flow problem, lost customer, interrupted supply chain, staff shortages. People were furloughed by the government to keep the staff there. Rising debt. Many businesses digitalized rapidly, moving online almost overnight. So who benefited from the crisis was online businesses, while brick and mortar were suffering. So they got a grant by the government. No, it wasn't a grant. They needed to repay that £10,000 help. Us at Girl Friday, we didn't get no help from the government. No help. We didn't have enough profit. Why we didn't have enough profit? Because we were powering the show the best we can, offering discount to people, which was a bad thing to do. So we started increasing our prices slightly, but offering 3 payment facility. And the one offer for our website design, that was magical. We declare a higher profit at Girl Friday. So we could say that COVID-19, the second crisis, was beneficial to us in bracket. It was a little high before the dip. This is what happens when you running a serious business. Some industry recover quickly, such as Amazon had a lot of sale. Yeah, you had to buy online, so everybody who was already successful online, who were not providing specialized business and services, gained during this crisis. Because not many people wanted website design, even though I managed to do a few website and social media marketing. But what worked the most for my business was business support. People admin, business admin, because that was the lowest cost in our business. But that kept us afloat. Yeah, one decision caused so much havoc. Other businesses never recover fully. COVID-19 permanently changed consumer behavior across the board. Customers become more comfortable buying online, working remotely, and expecting digital services. So change the way we were. We are still affected by those crises. People may not think so because its effect has eased off a bit, but we are at the tail end of it. Remember that. This is why I do this influencer podcast today, the second episode. COVID-19 permanently changed consumer behavior. Consumers became more comfortable buying online, working remotely, and expecting digital services. Businesses that embrace technology often adapted faster than those relying solely on traditional methods. Therefore, they didn't adapt to the change rapidly, but hanging on to the past. And of course, when changes like this happen, it's either you swim or sink in your business. We're gonna stop for a short commercial break. Bear with us. We need to finish our breakfast.
It's gonna feel real good, the romantic sales process with honorable sales method. Gonna make a difference, gonna make sales right. As I roll up in my jack, I repace on my favorite winter day. This wind is blowing through my mind. See the UK entrepreneurs struggling to make the sale. Who am I to turn away? Pretending not to see the needs. Big business leaves them behind, and broken deals break them down. But one woman found a way. She sorted out the issues.
So far we discussed Brexit and COVID-19 effect on the UK show and how it reshaped the landscape. Crisis 3. We had 3 crises back to back, really back to back, people. One decision brought on all this. And years of glory for some people and years of misery for others. But hey, it's time to discuss its effect in the influencer podcast. Because if you are still affected by the crisis and you still powering your show with your business, is a good reminder to tell you how the situations that we are facing now arrive. Because people sometimes forgot, because you're so bogged down is what you doing day by day, that you don't remember quite the event who brought all this to the UK show. So the third crisis is the cost of living, the tail end of COVID-19, who affected Girl Friday badly. This is why I said to you, we are the high and the deep. The deep at present. The cost of living is so strong that many businesses stop operation and quit. Some other businesses stay, had more had funding given to them. Yeah. They were awarding funding, maybe from funding circle or other lender who help them survive. Or the government. Those businesses were the large business of the UK, the staple of the UK. The small and medium businesses, yeah, they had it harder. Talking about the self-employed businesses, some of them quit and went and worked for an employer who still could pay them. This is what the cost of living crisis did up to today. As the economy emerged from the pandemic, another challenge appeared. Inflation accelerated. Energy prices increased dramatically. Interest rate went off the roof. Food prices climbed. Businesses face higher costs almost everywhere they look. So at Girl Friday, we follow the trail. We increase our prices of 1.5%, not too much, because we knew our service were less necessary than the food industry, but we still move very slow, despite our customer dropping slightly. I told you the dip that happened in business. Electricity rise, then drop, because the government incentive makes them drop the electricity and the gas. But not that much, because those businesses also need to make profit. Transport didn't increase, it got frozen. The price of the bus and the tube was frozen. Raw material increase. Insurance increase. Rent increase. Borrowing were less. The price of borrowing when a crisis like this happens is a lot cheaper to borrow. But the debt is also longer if you can't repay it. But it is a lot cheaper. At the same time, households had less disposable income. So, basically, those three crises change the market, the trading platform, and our way of life. It did. Some people think they remain the same, but some people has a 360 switch, basically. At the same time, household had less disposable income, including Girl Friday. So we lost a couple of suppliers along the way because supplier didn't want to have more costs. So obviously, gradually, some of our main supplier gone. Not permanently actually, but temporarily. because as the cost of living is, we know that Girl Friday will be climbing up again, because a business, to be honest, when you run it, don't expect that everything will be rosy and straight like this. No businesses run like this ever. No. If you think your business will be like this because you're making sale and you're all jolly, you can pay your staff and everything is fine, and you think that you'll be there like this forever, think again. If you want to build a business that stay century and century, still accessing new generation and adapting themselves to economic changes, you must expect that your business will go down, up, down, plain field, up, plain field, and eventually settle like this. Yes, because our leader, when power goes to their head, or limited knowledge cause crisis. If you don't take care of your people, well, they will bite you. That is simple. But sometimes when our leaders are in power, the power goes to their head and it's all mayhem because they don't keep anything balanced. It's like people riding on Cloud 9 and they don't care about others. This is the effect of the crisis that we saw. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, consumers became more cautious with spending. This created a difficult situation for many businesses, including ours. Costs were increasing. People tightened their purse naturally. While customer demand was weakening to the point of Girl Friday having no customer at all, and in order to save Girl Friday, we had to claim universal credit for 3 years and 3 months, just like those 3 crises were affecting the UK shore. And this financial support kept Girl Friday steady while we were trying to weather the perfect storm. Even today, many businesses continue to report concern about staff costs, taxation, demand, and operating expenses, according to regular business survey from the Office of National Statistics. So, what that said to you? That the crisis, Brexit, COVID-19, and the trend, the cost of living is still affecting the UK shore. But the UK people have this attitude, roll up and sleeve and carry on with it. That attitude can help people, yes. You carry on power of the show, giving enormous discount, and you think that you helping people there, but you harming your business too, because you never make any profit. So our strategy as Girl Friday is we haven't increased our prices. We froze them. Done. When we increase them in COVID, they frozen. So therefore, in Girl Friday, you get the same prices that you had about 4 years ago. Yeah, you do. Because we are aware that the cost of living is affecting businesses. So now our latest offers that we put on our LinkedIn, because now we decided also to concentrate on one platform, social media platform, because we are more mature at Girl Friday. So therefore, our business is established and is an empire leader ecosystem that even AI has recognized as what it is when they search on my website. They even recognize that I am Trisha Amabor, the creator of the romantic sale process. See, get, trust, and act the loop. Because we realized that the sale process was not done correctly. And because the sale process was invisible too, people do sell naturally. The people who know how to sell, but the people who don't, they target anyone, even online or outside. Yeah? So we develop a method, a map sell method, and every method has its process. So we have a sell process, the romantic, because sell are romantic. When you get a product, like a bowl for example, or my breakfast, which I haven't finished, now it's a bit cold, but it's still lovely. Not even, it's warm. So basically, when you run a business or you have a product, because I was talking to you about the sale process. With every method, there is a process attached to it. Same thing for your sale. Yeah? So, the romantic sale process. A quick note about it. Because it is sold on La Boutique. Guess what for? 1.3 million pounds. I don't care about the cost of living on that one. Oh yes, I did actually. Because technically I priced it as 50 million. But because of the cost of living, I brought it down to 1.3 million. But to be honest, that development is 50 million for real. Even if it's an intangible innovation. But because of the cost of living biting people, there's still people who can afford 1.3 million pounds out there. It's not everybody who's been affected. Some people have benefited and still benefit from the crisis, yeah? They're still making an enormous amount of money on the back of others. So, the romantic sale process, the loop, because sales are repeated and recurring, so the loop is sold on our Itsumitsu no Tobira, goes through the secret door for 1.3 million pounds, and we accept US dollar on La Boutique. So the romantic sale process, you see your customer, you get their problem, you trust the sales system, and you act swiftly using 8 blueprint. Because you need to fix the sale, because people don't buy what you do. No, they don't. They buy the solution that meets their need. So, while you ponder on this one, we're gonna break for a quick commercial break. Hi guys, if you enjoy today's episode, please like, subscribe, and turn on notification. Every subscription helps us create more practical business marketing and leadership content for UK businesses. Thank you for being part of Girl Friday community. Hi guys, still eating my breakfast, my high-octane breakfast. You are listening to the Influencer Podcast episode 2. How 3 crises have reshaped UK businesses. Let me take a bite. It's a fucking love it. Oh, what am I eating? Our podcast is called the Influencer Podcast, yeah? Meaning we invite guests on our podcast. So if you are an influencer in your business and you want to demonstrate your own expertise in your business, the food went down wrongly. Your own achievement or your struggle or how you overcome a business challenge, you are welcome to register your interest to attend our podcast. So, we had a little interruption. That's sorted. Let's carry on. The combined effect. Each crisis on its own would have been difficult. Yes, if I think about it, yes, that would have been difficult. Maybe that's why 3 came together. Together, they created a decade of economic disruption. Brexit changed trading relationship. COVID changed how people work and buy. The cost of living changed consumer spending. The result: the romantic sale process, the loop arrived. Businesses have needed to become more reliant than ever before. Many have invested in information. Some have innovated the entire marketing industry as a whole and provided 28 cell theory, 58 business and marketing book, 235 blog article. Many have invested in automation. Others diversify their services. Some focus heavily on customer retention rather than simply acquiring new customers. Many discover that sustainable growth depends not only on reducing costs, but also improving productivity, strengthening sales process, and adapting to changing customer needs. Does this make sense? So, lesson for your business. History has shown that economic crises eventually pass. But businesses that survive usually share several characteristics. 1. They understand their customer. 2. They adapt quickly. 3. They monitor cash flow carefully. 4. They continue marketing even during difficult periods, just like Girl Fridays. Keep on doing. So like that people recognize us. They innovate instead of standing still, like we done. Most importantly, they don't rely on yesterday's business model to solve tomorrow's problem. This is us. That's why you now have the romantic sale process, the loop. See your customer, get their problem, trust the sale process, and act swiftly. Fix the sale, because people don't buy what you do, they buy the solution that meet their need. And that sale blueprint is sold on La Boutique for £1.3 million, because we want to be the first business to have sold a sale theory that you can get online on La Boutique for £1.3 million in this format. So you can hang it on your office wall and dangle it like this to take it to your meeting or boardroom, or it's even good for university theater or classroom. And it's called the loop. So the loop does improve your supply chain. We're gonna break for a quick commercial break. Hi guys, if you enjoy today's episode, please like, subscribe, and turn on notification. Every subscription helps us create more practical business marketing and leadership content for UK businesses. Thank you for being part of Girl Friday community. Hi guys, I'm on the last bit of my breakfast. Extremely good. Won't beat it. So, in a nutshell, the UK economy has demonstrated resilience through significant challenges. But many businesses continue to operate in a demanding environment shaped by the lasting effect of Brexit, the pandemic, and the cost of living crisis. For business leaders, the question is no longer how to survive the last crisis. It is how to build an organization capable of thriving through the next one, just like us at Girl Friday. So, thank you for watching. If you found this podcast useful, please like, subscribe, and share with other business owners and professionals today. Together, we can continue the conversation about building stronger, more resilient UK businesses. If you are interested in attending the Influencer podcast, register your interest. I will provide the link in the comment section of this published podcast, episode 2 of the Influencer podcast today. Bye for now.